Welcome to Burn On, Not Out, the podcast for high achievers who check the boxes, hit the goals, built the life, but know there has to be another way. I'm Brooke Dukes, your no BS business bestie, and I'm here to cut through the fluff with real stories, sharp insights, and the kind of truth that opens your eyes to a new way of creating success with ease and flow. No hacks, no hustle worship, no pretending constant activity is momentum. Just the raw, practical, and powerful shifts that happen when you stop leading from fear and start leading without the armor, with clarity and authenticity. Let's get into it. Let's start this episode with a moment that changed everything for me. It wasn't a milestone or a client win. It was a simple journal entry that showed me I can't keep living and leading like this. Not because the way I was leading wasn't working. I had no trouble achieving what looked like great success to everyone around me. The problem was it didn't feel like me anymore. And honestly, it was burning me out. My business was growing, the numbers looked great, but underneath it all, there was so much force and pushing. There was this constant low-key pressure to do more, to achieve more. Like I had to keep icing a cake that was already iced. So if you've been feeling like your success is costing you too much, like you're doing all the right things, but it still feels heavy, exhausting, or just somehow off, this one's for you. That moment cracked something open, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. So here's my journal entry. Where am I on my emotional wave today? I feel good, calm. I don't feel anxious. I'm happy mom and dad are here. I wonder how I'll feel when there's nothing to do. Who cares? Be free. I'm just gonna be. I'm just gonna be free. What emotion am I tempted to hide or fix? There's a little part of anxiousness, a fear in the pit of my stomach. I feel like I'm always waiting for the next shoe to drop. This is so good, I'm afraid it will all go away. Everything is happening for me, not to me. I have to remember that. I need to trust perfect timing. It's like I'm forcing the calm. There's calm waters over a riptide. I want to accept and feel all of it. And I assume if I ask, am I feeling my feelings? I'm probably not. But how do I know? I feel like I've become a master at hiding them. I'm not sure. I guess that's why I need to get to know me again. Or know me for the first time. Because have I ever really known me? So what does that part of me need to feel loved? I still feel like I need to be fixed. I just need to be found. Maybe she's in that riptide of emotions. I keep trying to put together a strategy on how to find her, get to know her. There is no doing. I just need to be, and she'll show up. Where do I feel tempted to sell, convince, or overshare to be accepted? In my business. I'm a CEO, but I don't always fully believe that. I keep trying to prove myself, and it blocks me. I don't need anyone else. I have everything I need. Just be and accept it. What do I feel will happen if I just speak my truth plainly? I'm not sure. I don't even know what my truth is. It's hard to stay with this. Am I my authentic self with anyone? Am I even real with me? Maybe that's the answer. I'm so busy being the expert that I'm missing my real value. Sharing my journey from drive, masculine force, to the ease and flow of feminine intuition, who creates success and fulfillment. That journal entry didn't just shift how I run my business. It changed how I live my daily life. Because here's the truth. How you lead your company is never separate from how you lead yourself. It's all connected. You can't compartmentalize it. Your energy walks into every room before you do. And choosing to bring these journal entries into the podcast to share what I'm walking through in real time, that wasn't personal. It was strategic. Because the moment I stopped trying to push through everything, the right strategies started to land faster. They felt clearer, and they actually created more peace and more profit. It was a win for my business and a win for me. So let me give you a quick example of what that looked like in my life. In my last firm, we jumped from one strategy to another before ever giving the last strategy enough time to see if it worked. We forced everything. It was like carrying a boulder uphill and every quarter mile picking up another boulder. We'd have short-term success and then find ourselves right back where we started after a few months. Nothing was giving us long-term sustainable growth, and the team was getting tired, overwhelmed, and frustrated until finally I burned out and I gave myself COVID and shingles at the same time. That was when I knew my life needed to change. Now we wait for clarity. We don't make decisions out of fear, and we don't force anything. If it doesn't feel right, we don't do it. And in 2 years, we've created more than we did in 8 years at my last firm, and we're having a lot more fun while we're doing it. That shift is exactly why I created Success by Design. It's a monthly reset for high-performing executives and leaders who are tired of reacting, and they're ready to lead with calm clarity and actual control. If that sounds like what you've been craving, check the link in the show notes. But before I go even deeper, I want to clarify something. This shift I'm talking about from masculine to feminine frequency, it has nothing to do with gender. It's not about being male or female. It's about how we move through the world, how we operate. Masculine energy is direction, control, execution. Feminine energy is intuition, creativity, depth, and we need both. But most leaders get stuck in the masculine because that's how we're taught to lead. All drive, no rest. All logic, no trust. All action, no integration. And here's the cost. Burnout that looks like ambition. Success that looks great on paper but feels wrong in your gut. A version of success that just doesn't fit the person you've become. That journaling helped me realize something big. My power wasn't in how much I could carry. It was in being willing to show up carrying nothing, to be seen in the in-between, to be visible even without a polished answer, and know I still belonged, that I was still respected. Maybe you felt that too. You're leading, scaling, doing all the right things, but there's still this quiet voice inside asking, is this really it? Is this how I'm supposed to feel? If so, here's what I want to share with you today. Everything you've worked so hard to build, you don't have to burn it all down. But you do need to slow down long enough to listen to what your body is trying to tell you and acknowledge what's happening below the surface. So ask yourself this: where am I pushing, performing, or needing to prove when my body is actually asking me to slow down and take a pause? Where am I mistaking fear for ambition? Where am I rushing when I actually need to slow down? I have learned that slowing down is not a weakness. It's the move that will change everything for you. I believe this now more than ever. Taking care of yourself isn't the reward for getting the strategy right. It is the strategy. Your energy, your truth, your intuition, they're not distractions. They're the most powerful data you have access to, because happiness is a business strategy. Rest is a growth accelerator. And leading in alignment with how you were naturally born to lead is the real shortcut to results that feel as good on the inside as they look on the outside. The old model says, do more to achieve more, grind away. But here's what this shift has taught me. The more I act from alignment, not fear, the less I have to force things to happen, and the more everything flows naturally and easily. This isn't about doing less to prove a point. It's about doing what actually matters with energy that's clean, clear, and completely yours. Welcome to my journey. Thanks for tuning in to Burn On Not Out. If this resonated, check the show notes for tools and resources to help you slow down, trust yourself, and keep leading without the constant pressure and stress that wears you down. Remember, real success doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from slowing down long enough to see clearly and leading from clarity and peace instead of control and fear. I'll see you next week.